So you want to make a movie. You want to make money off of your movie. You don't want to lose anything. You don't want to take a hit. So what do? You go and you get a big movie star. I mean, they don't have to be great at what they do, but hey, if they sell tickets, that's your guy or gal. A couple I can think of off the top of my head right now. You have Bryan Cranston, Jake Gyllenhaal. You have Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. And what do those three have in common? They are dealing with just this nonsense from people who just, I would like to think, just don't know anything about Hollywood or anything in general. I'd like to think they are just so ignorant to everything that they just don't know when enough is enough. Now you're probably wondering, what am I talking about? Well, this is what I'm talking about. So, a couple of days ago, Bryan Cranston received a little backlash for his new movie, The Upside, that's coming out this weekend, I believe. And it wasn't because he said anything racial, he didn't say anything controversial. It was because he was playing a character that is a quadriplegic. I mean, do you know how silly that is? I mean, really. I mean, just think about it. You shouldn't be playing this type of character because you don't have this disability. I'm like, the last year or so has been, we want representation from our own. Okay, I get that, I really do, but sometimes it's just too much. I mean, this is probably going to come off as me being, ignorant myself, but really? You're going to go after Bryan Cranston for not being a quadriplegic? Even though this movie is more than likely going to raise more awareness, it's going to bring this disability to the forefront in a good way. But no, you're upset because the person playing the character himself is not disabled. Go show me a disabled a movie star that you could bank on to make you money. I'm sure there's somebody out there. But can you guarantee that people will go see it? Take Kevin Hart out of the equation. He's in the movie too. Just take him out. Do you get people in the seats? Again, probably. And again, this is probably super ignorant. But it's just annoying. Again, I get it. We want representation. That's so cool. Yes, I agree, we should. But you got to tone it down. Another thing that comes to mind is Jake Gyllenhaal. He got the same thing a couple years ago for I don't know if he was a veteran that lost his both legs, but he had a role in which his character lost both his legs. People were upset because they didn't get an actor who actually had lost both of his legs. Again, I'm sure there's somebody out there. But the producers, the studio, everybody wanted to raise awareness and still make a profit. I don't think do you guys understand that Hollywood or almost anything in general is driven by money? You got to make money. You're not just going to spend a couple $1 million here to be, I don't want to say, maybe politically correct isn't the correct term right now, but I'm going to use it anyway. Do you think a studio is going to spend $10 million on a movie on a show, on an ad, on anything, and worry about being politically correct. I would like to say maybe 60%, 70%, 80% of the time they're going to say no, they want to make money. And it's just frustrating because it's annoying. I'm sorry. It's just something that I wish I could understand, but I just don't. I don't understand. Same thing happened to Dwayne Johnson last year with Skyscraper. People were upset that they didn't find a real veteran who had actually lost his leg to play the lead. Same thing. Dwayne Johnson, he brings in money. He brings people in to see it. He makes people want to buy it on Blu-ray or download it digitally. I'll say it again, and I'm always going to say it. Could they have found an actual veteran who lost his leg to fit the character that they were trying to put on screen? Probably. Yeah, they could. But would they have made money on a $80 million budget? Probably not. And that's not including P&P, like, press and printing, it's just so infuriating, man. I wanted to get into a couple other things, just regular life stuff, people being stupid when they drive, but this topic has been floating around nonstop. Darren Criss, another actor, he swore to never play a character that represents the LGBTQ ever again, because he got backlash for portraying an actual person in the assassination of Gianni Versace. The main person in that story was a killer who happened to be gay. And what happened? Darren Criss himself wasn't gay. So everybody harped on him, said, you can't do that. I'll say it again. And I'm going to keep saying I'll say it again. Could they have found somebody who was actually homosexual to play that role and be politically correct? Yeah, they could. And guess what? Probably could have done a good job. But it comes back to best person for the job. Who they think will help them bring viewers in. You may not like it. It's shitty. It really is. It's awful. But that's how the industry works. I know plenty of people who would fit that description that could have played that role. But not only is it hard to book a gig and be successful at it, or even get your name out there, get your name tossed around, but now you want to apply that to, okay, we gotta find the right person. Oh, and they have to be gay, or they have to be this. How much harder that's gonna be? Again, somebody out there could totally pull it off. That probably fits the description to a T. But they are also competing against hundreds, thousands of other performers who want this role, who want that big breakthrough. It's just a hard thing, man. It is a hard thing to do. Another one that comes to mind, and this one's a little bit more understanding because they were already involved with some whitewashing before. But ScarJo, man, Scarlett Johansson, same thing happened to her last year. set to portray a transgender man. And guess what? People came out, said, can't do it. Let's get somebody who's actually transgender, who represents the community. Let's give him this role. We gotta find it. I'm all for it. I would love to see that. I want to see the change that everybody's talking about, that they themselves want to see. But it's a business. You got to think about that. And I don't think people remember. As much as the Hollywood people want to let you know that they are for change and equal opportunity, they're also greedy individuals that just care about money. Go find somebody who fits the description. Put them in that role. Does it make money? Probably. You'll get a big chunk of people from that community wanting to come out and support. Now, is there a great chance that the movie fails? Oh yeah, it will fail. There's a great chance it will fail. You know why you go get Scarlett Johansson? Because she brings people in. They pay money to see her. Studios bank on that opening weekend. That first time that movie's released on Thursday night. That's their best chance to make money. Yeah, smaller films work better progressively throughout the weeks. They make their money on VOD. They make their money on rentals, Redbox. But it is such a hard thing to do. And again, as much as they champion change and equal opportunity, they want money. They want money. Studios don't want to lose money. It happens. I mean, look at Justice League. Warner Brothers lost a lot of money. Maybe not as much as I'm making it out to be, but they lost some money. That's all they care about. Not all, but that's a majority of what they care about. Money. They want to line their pockets. They want more money so that they can make more projects to then make more money. You know? They'll champion, we want this change, we want this, we want that, as they should and as there should be. But man, they only care about money. And this is only the last, I wouldn't even say 5 years, that's too much, but I'll take you back to, what was it, 2005? Felicity Huffman. Transamerica. She played a transgender woman. When she herself was a heterosexual woman. Again, I myself am ignorant to some of this stuff, but hey, you know. But what was the backlash with that? She was nominated for a Golden Globe. She won. Pretty sure she won. I should fact check that, but I'm good with this stuff, so I'm pretty sure she won. Was she nominated for an Oscar? Sorry, I have to double check. Probably. I don't think she was, but she, yeah. It's the same thing. Where was the outrage? Where was it? I don't remember. I don't remember where it was. I wish I could. Wish I could remember, but I don't. Anyway, I almost want to... Let's just move on. You know what I hate? People that walk into the middle of the street when there is a crosswalk 5 feet away from them. I can't tell you how many times I've almost smoked somebody legally because they were too stupid or lazy to just go to the crosswalk. I mean, here in town, we're getting a lot of accidents, a lot of pedestrian fatalities. I mean, natural selection, maybe. I mean, yeah, that's awful to say, but come on. Oh, and before I forget, she was in fact nominated for Best Actress for Transamerica. But yeah, just use the crosswalk. Just use the crosswalk. It's not that hard. You know how hard it's not? It's 5 feet away. That's all you need. If you can't walk an extra 5 feet to use a crosswalk so somebody doesn't hit you, kill you, then, maybe don't go outside. This probably isn't going to be the best thing. I'm probably going to get a lot of, not backlash because I only have like 3 people watching right now, but hey, maybe I'll become an actor. This will pop up and then I'll get a role taken away from me. If you're not laughing at that, then obviously you're not aware of what's going on in the world. That's another thing. People say dumb shit. Is it appropriate? No. God, no. Does it represent them as a human being? Probably. It probably does. But can we stop? Can we stop just going back through crap and trying to find things just because we don't like somebody got something? Do you know how dedicated you have to be to want to do that? I'll give you... here's a little story. I tried to look up old tweets of mine on an actual laptop because it's almost impossible on your phone. There's a little thing where they tell you enter the date in which you want to look from the tweets. I entered a date from like 5 years ago, starting like 5 years ago, and guess what? The oldest tweets that popped up? Stuff from July of last year. Well, July 2017. I don't know how people are doing it. I mean, I would love to go back and look at my old tweet. I probably have like a tweeter here that are, I probably said fuck too much, but I would love to go back and just look and be like, oh my God, look at that. That was funny. I was funny back then, or I was dumb back then. I said fuck too much. I would love to do that. I think I almost have to book a big role, get a gig, become a comedian or something, say something controversial, become a director, producer, writer. That's what I'll do. I'll finish writing the script that I want to kind of get out there and finish. Maybe the gods will look down and everything will go right, and then somebody will, go back in time and pull up something. Not because I would like to go back and see what I used to say. See how much things have changed. And then I'll try and make sure I find somebody who's actually good at it. Like, oh, you're the career burner because you're dumb and you don't agree with them and you just don't like seeing people be successful. You don't agree with this person getting this job. Can you show me how to go back like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years? That'd be great. See, I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm going to try and be famous or win a lottery or something, just so I can meet somebody to show me how to go back years and years to find old tweets. the ones that, said fuck too much. And that's 3 times now I've said that in the last, 20 minutes. Future employers, I'm sorry, I'm probably going to ruin stuff, but I'm just using it in a mature way. I would like to think a mature way, but yeah. There's a lot going on lately. I don't know how much other stuff is really going on, but I rewatched Baywatch. That fart box that came out of not last May, but the May before. And God, I do not know how I sat through it. I maybe laughed once or twice rewatching it. I mean, it is bad. I mean, yeah, you get to look at Zac Efron and Alexandra Daddario for an hour and a half, but I mean, it is a rough hour and a half. My big thing with comedies is don't go for the shtick. If you're gonna do a joke, do it. Just do it, get it over with. Don't keep doing it for like 30 more seconds. Because I'll tell you what, it's not funny. There's a very small amount of people that think it's funny. And those aren't the people that you want to make the joke out to. Like Mike and Dave need wedding dates. There's a little joke that they go where they whisper. They're whispering between each other. And it was funny. It was really funny. But they should have stopped after 10 seconds. What did they keep doing? They kept whispering. They kept making their dumb jokes for what felt like 30 minutes. And it just loses it. If I'm watching your movie in a room full of strangers and I'm audibly almost shouting, "We get it, move on," maybe you should have changed the joke or cut it short. I heard somebody say once, if you say a joke, nobody hears it, leave it at that. You said the joke, somebody has heard it, they just didn't acknowledge it, they'll think it's funny. Don't say the joke because other people are talking around you, wait for it to be quiet, and then repeat the joke. It's not going to work because I can almost guarantee you somebody heard the joke. Inside they thought that it was funny, but they're not going to laugh when they're in a conversation with somebody. I mean, I would do that. But, I have a great group of friends. We can afford to do that. We can start laughing mid-conversation with somebody else when our buddy to the right of us made a funny joke. But family gatherings are just, socializing with other people or meeting a new group. Quite zip it. Don't repeat the joke. Leave it alone. Move on. I can guarantee you somebody heard it and they probably loved it. Actually, I'm pretty sure they loved it. So if it was funny, it was funny. Ooh, it's blowing me up. Anyway, I feel like I've spoken enough. There's not really much. There's not really anything really left to talk about. I mean, there's no movies out that are fun. I mean, sports. Something really going on in the sports world. I can't wait to find out how much advertisers are going to pay for Super Bowl spots, but those are always fun to see. Oh, that's $6 million for 30 seconds. God, I wonder what I could have done with $6 million. I think that's fun. It's fun stuff to think about. What if I won the lottery? I would have to spend $1 million a year for 150 years to spend it all. Okay, maybe don't think like that. Like, that's the last thing you should be thinking about. Like, how about How about I'll set a budget of $100,000 a year? Cool, do that. That would make a lot of sense. Because I can guarantee you, if you won hundreds of millions of dollars, you probably went and bought a house outright. You probably bought a bunch of cars. You already went on vacation. I would hope you put half of it away in a saving account. Just because, if you put it in the right saving account, you'll double your money over the years and you just keep making money. Just pull out half of it every, I think it's like 7 years. And leave the half you already made. Leave it in there. Every 7 years, accumulate. Leave a legacy, a dynasty. We'll go back to medieval times. Or kings and queens. Leave dynasties. Dynasties. Speaking of dynasties, Game of Thrones is so close. We still haven't gotten a trailer. One of my friends the other night said that he almost doesn't want a trailer. He doesn't need to see it. He doesn't need a trailer. I kind of agree with him. I mean, we don't need one, but I would love to see one. Just give me 30 seconds of just ridiculous scene. Just give me some ridiculous overview shot of dead people. That's all I need. And then just Game of Thrones, April, done. Because you already got our money. HBO already has our money. They will get our attention. We will be tuning in. People will be subscribing to HBO for a month and a half just to watch this show. Then they'll cancel. They'll cancel their subscription, move on. There might even be some people, God be with them, their strength, that will wait 6 weeks for it to all be over. Do the free trial on HBO. Binge it in like a day, maybe 2 days, maybe over a weekend, and then they'll just be like, cancel. They just watched it for free. I hope that doesn't happen. It's smart. It's also cheap, but it's very smart. Not really. I mean, Shameless starts up again. Why am I talking about movies now? I don't know. I think that's it for the night. I should probably go do something with my day. Well, it's not late, but it's past the sun out hours. I still need to do some stuff, and this was fun. This was really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys like, you share, you subscribe, you comment. Even if you think I'm an idiot, say I'm an idiot. Probably won't read it, but it's there. It helps. And the handful of you that have already subscribed and liked, thank you. Thank you very much. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while now, and I just never got around to it. But now I have this nice little setup going on. And who knows? All it takes is one. And then I can be that guy that got in late. And I can be an asshole. I'm kidding, I won't be an asshole. You know why? Because I'm just not that kind of guy. There's probably a couple of you that are laughing. Because you know me. But whatever. Alright, everybody. You'll see me again very shortly. Till that time. Hey, have a great one, you delinquents.